Hi everyone, quick update on tips and overtime taxes for next year. Remember, it's not completely tax-free. You will still owe Social Security and Medicare taxes on every dollar of tips, plus any state and local taxes. In most of the states, you must pay state and local taxes on tips and overtime. For example, New York residents, the tip deduction is not excludable from New York state tax. That means you will still pay state and local taxes on tips and overtime, even if you don't owe federal taxes. For self-employed worker like Uber driver, rideshare driver, food delivery driver, you can deduct up to 25,000 of qualified tips from federal income tax. But this deduction doesn't apply to self-employment tax. The deduction is limited to the lesser of $25,000 or your net income from the business. Important thing to remember, if your tips come through third-party platform or payment apps and aren't broken out on your Form 1099, you can use your own tip records as long as your logs include date, amount, and customer information. Those tips can count towards your qualified tips deductions. There are income limitations, no deduction for single filers with modified adjusted gross income over $150,000, and no deduction for merit filing jointly with modified adjusted gross income over $300,000, and no deduction for merit filing separately or I-10 holders. One more important thing to remember, W-2s aren't being updated for 2025 to separately report cash tips and occupations yet. The law requires employers to report tips separately, but IRS isn't enforcing this until 2026 tax year. So keep your pay stubs handy when you file or when you go to file your tax return next year, 2026. Last pay stub is very important. I'm telling again, so last pay stub is very important. Please bring it when you will file your tax return next year. If you think this video is helpful, please share it with your friends and family. And if you have any questions about tax and accounting, please call us at 347-515-3858. Thank you.